Good morning, Year 7. I'm not going to be there because I'm away and I'll check this work when I get back. But for this morning's lesson, we want to have a look at a couple of things. In the first semester, you did the work habits. Well, that's also going to be for semester 2, and that's going to be due with next 2 weeks. That goes onto your report. As in semester 1, you fill this in, it'll only take a few minutes, being honest as to where you think you are with each of those work habits. And then I'll go on and I will fill it in as well. If I agree with you, I'll just accept it. If I don't, I will be putting what I think is there. So you can do that and start on that this morning. You've got till Wednesday week to get that done. Now we've been looking at 8.2. We were reading on the structure and the discovery of the solar system and how it's changed. Our perception has changed over time till we have the perception that we have now. So you can reread that. You can reread that and see what we did. And also you can Isaac Newton, and we did forces, and of course the forces are measured in newtons because that's in honour of Isaac Newton and his work. And exploring the solar system, and then groups of stars. This interesting reading, the groups of stars, the zodiacs, the 12 zodiacs that are there. You can read that for your own information and see how groups of stars are seen as certain figures, which is interesting. Then your task after that is to do the review questions. The review questions will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Now, the review questions, you are to complete the following questions in your workbook. Questions 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 on page 359. And note, this is not an online task. This is to be handwritten in your book, so you can't submit it here. You're doing that in your book. So you can reread 8.2 and then get on with those questions. If you have work that needs to be finished off, such as practical work that needs to be finished off, you can finish that off as well. Once you've done that, then you can have a look at the solar system research project. So we've got work habits, review questions, and solar system research project. When you click on this, it comes to this, and this is the sheet, the criteria sheet. So basically what you're going to be doing is selecting a planet in the solar system other than Earth and doing research on it. So you're going to try and find out as many facts and details about your chosen planet as you can. Then present your research in an electronic format that you choose. In fact, the more creative, the better. For example, a YouTube video. You might want to do a lesson. You might want to impersonate a teacher. You could do a lesson if you wanted to. You could do a lecture. You could do a booklet, a brochure, a flyer, electronic poster, a travel catalogue. It's limited only by your own imagination, but use your voice, use your creativity. And then with your creativity, you can include some creative writing, oral or visual, on your planet, such as a poem, story, a legend, or a myth. And be creative with that. As long as the information is right, that's okay. That's fine. Or you might want to make up a bit of a myth as well. That's fine, as long as your information is in your project is right. Then you can make up a bit of a myth to sort of what people have thought about it. That planet, for years, people had the popular myth that the moon was made of cheese. Those sort of things that are funny when we look at it. It's going to be due on the 26th of November, and these are the criteria. Now, you should know how to do a bibliography. How to do a bibliography. You should know that. And it's in the diary including, parts of your work with the websites listed and the dates accessed, as stated and shown in the student diary. And we've done that before, so you know how to do a bibliography, so that should not be an issue. So that's our lesson for this morning, fellas. Whoops, we're going to be looking at your due work. Let's have a look at due work here. And any prac work that needs to be done as well. Also, thanks. I'll see you soon.